May the whole world enjoy prosperity, happiness, and peace. May the whole world enjoy prosperity, happiness, and peace. Be blessed by the divine. Good morning to every one of you. What is the biggest difference between highly successful man and others in this materialistic world? Or what is the biggest difference between highly spiritual man and a normal spiritual man? The real difference between them is energy. Energy is the only life and is from the body. The reason is the bound or outward circumference of energy. This is what Mr. William Blake had said. What he says, the real difference between them is energy, and energy is the only life. But how it operates within my boundary, or it is operating outward in a circumferential manner. That decides how are we dealing with our energy. Another scholar, Mr. Albert Greenfield, he had said, a man doesn't need brilliance or genius. All he needs is energy. So people are giving a lot of importance to the uh, energy. The average person puts only 25% of his energy and ability to work. The world takes off its hat to those who put in their energy more than 50% of their energy. Whether it is true or not, I have a doubt. But what is more important is how important the energy is to our life. Maharishi has written a poem in which he says like this: the real capital of our life is our energy. Live with prosperity by knowing the ways to deal with that energy. And that is what today's topic is: receiving the energy and being received. Both have little difference in meaning, not little, big difference in the meaning. And there are two parts. One, receiving the energy, how I am receiving the energy. And the second part is, how can I ensure others receive my energy? That is the second part. Today we will cover only the part one. How can I receive energy? That is for today's discussion. Now, do we really receive energy in our day to day life? Of course, we have studied in Vedatriyam that we receive energy in four different ways, which is food, air, earth, and planetary waves. So we get energy from all these four sources, and food and air, we get it, and the other two are from the universal magnetism, which we have studied. We are not going to discuss about that energy, what we get it from food, air, planets, and earth. What are we going to discuss is from morning to night, whether I receive energy or not. For example, somebody is traveling from Chennai to Mumbai by a car. He fills the car with petrol, but until he reaches Mumbai, he may have to fill in the petrol in between, right? It is something similar to that. As soon as we get up in the morning, the energy is filled up because during sleep, our biomagnetic tank is filled up. And as soon as the tank is filled up, we get away from the bed. After that, even if I give you $1,000,000, you can't sleep because the tank is full. But from morning, after I get up from bed, the energy is coming down because I spend energy by doing lot of work. But our question is, do I receive energy from morning to night bed until I go to the bed. That is what we are going to discuss it. What is the meaning of that? Whatever energy we gained during the sleep, we have to spend it by talking, walking, seeing, hearing, touching, and whatever activities we do, we keep spending energy. But at the same time, do we receive energy from morning to night? That means, for example, it could be a physical energy or mental energy or how I use my intellect. All the three are possible. Now, in our place back home, we got into an auto, and the driver, we tell the driver to go to this particular place, and the driver is so rude, so rough in his driving, and he is just going like a roller coaster. And the way he drives the auto, our BP is up. We don't know whether we will reach the our destination or we will reach some hospital because he is driving so rudely. Now, are we receiving the energy from the auto driver? In fact, by seeing that situation, our energy is draining like anything because BP is up. The blood pressure is up means blood circulation is high. That means magnetic circulation is very, very, very high. Then only blood pressure will go high. So that means my energy is, the energy circulation is very high means I spend energy like anything, very fast. But it is possible to receive energy from that auto driver without my BP going up. That means, though I am sitting on the auto, he is driving the auto, I am wasting all my energy if I am upset with what is happening. Instead, can I get energy from auto driver? If I can get the energy from auto driver, that means he will drive as I wish, not as he wishes, right? That is just one example. The other example is we invited some friends to our home evening for dinner, and we told the maid, please come 2 hours early, 4 o'clock, because we have a lot of work at home. And the maid, normally he comes at 6 o'clock. We asked him to come at 4 o'clock, and that fellow didn't turn up until 8 o'clock. And he knows that too much of work is there at my home today, so he doesn't want to come and take all the work on his head. Let me do some work. That is what he is thinking. Now, are we getting energy from that mate or not? Obviously, we are not getting, because if he is not coming at 4:1, BP will go up. We will try to call him or do whatever possible to find out. But we are not getting energy. Somebody is going from home to office. Is he getting energy? If he is getting an energy, if he is getting a negative energy from the people around him while traveling on the road, he may hit with another car and accident can happen. If there is no accident, no energy is opposing his energy, so he is able to smoothly go to his office from home. So if I get energy, it is smooth throughout my life, morning to night. Whereas if I get opposing energy, there is a problem. That is where all the tension, BP, all that stress, irritation, confusion, all that comes in. So if I have to get energy from everyone, then my life is going to be very, very, very smooth. So that is what we want to achieve in our life. So do we get energy every day? Are we receiving energy every day from everyone around us, from everything around us? That is the important point. And the part two of the topic is, how can I ensure others receive my energy? Here we talked about how can I get energy from auto driver, whereas others get my energy in the sense, if auto driver can get my energy, how it will look like. That is what being received. Now, we always, if you take a 40-year-old man, he works very hard, earns too much money, and he is working all that his earnings is for his family. So he is giving not only physical energy, mental energy, and the job, whatever money he is getting it, he is spending for the family. All that he is giving to his family, really the family members received his energy or not? One of the person he wanted to buy a surprise gift for his wife, just like that. So he went to a textile shop and spent almost like 4 hours to select a sari, and he chose a sari, and he went there with a surprise gift as to give, and he went and hugged her and then gave, hey, this is a surprise gift for you. Wow, she's so excited, and she opened the gift and she saw the sari. Oh my God. You can't see any other color, any other design. Last year also same color, same design you purchased. What is this, pa? Like that, she is so upset by seeing the sari because the same model, same design he purchased last year. Now, he spent 4 hours of his physical energy, mental energy, and money also in the shop to give a gift to his wife. He gave all his energy, whether she received or not. Obviously, she didn't receive it because he is upset because he purchased the same design. Somebody like blue color means they always go for blue everywhere, and the same blue color he purchased for his wife also, right? Now, second time. So she has not received his energy. So the part two of our discussion is how can I ensure others receive my energy? So that we will keep it for second next session. Now let's focus on receiving the energy for today's discussion. Before we jump to that particular part, I want all of you to ask one question. Those who did not attend, those who attended my Tamil session, don't put it in the chat box. Others, I want you to think for a minute, which is more important, which is more easy. Receiving the energy is more important, or ensuring others receive my energy is more important? Question one. Question two, which is very easy to follow? Receiving the energy is easy for me, or ensuring that others receiving my energy is easy for us? So, two questions. Which is more important? Receiving on or others receiving my energy? Second question is which is easy to follow? Can I request to put it in your chat box? கேகே சார், நீங்க பின் பண்ணலையோ?
No, I pinned your video.
இஸ் இட் என்னுடைய ஸ்க்ரீனில் வரலையே? ஓகே, மேபி இது ஒன்று ராங் நினைக்கிறேன். கேன் யூ புட் இட் இன் யுவர் chat box comment? Yes. Which is more important, which is more easier? Others receiving my energy, Satya had said, but which is important or easy? What the answer is for what question? Tell that which is more. KK sir, now okay. Others receiving my energy is important. Very nice. Ensuring our energy to give is easy. Okay. Sensible. More important is others receiving the energy. Very nice. Giving our energy. Excellent. We give energy really, but whether others receive energy, that's important. Yeah, I understand. Great. Very important. Others receiving my energy. Second, easier is me getting the energy. Excellent. Very nice. If I can get the energy, that is the easiest one. Very nice. Others, for me, both give and receive is easy and important. Both are important, both are easy. Okay, excellent. Others receiving my energy is important. Only if you receive, you can give. Excellent. Very nice. Superb. So receiving is more important. Others receiving my energy is more important. Easier is giving energy is more important. Okay, great, super. Now, we will come to know the answer for these two questions slowly, because once we understand what are the things I need to do to receive the energy, what are the things I need to do to make sure others receive my energy, then you will be able to easily judge which is more easier. And also by today's end of the lecture, we will get an answer for first question, which is more important. So I will leave that question to you for time being. Leave that question, but you will get an answer today itself, right? So now let us understand about the energy. Maharishi says in his poem, the real capital of our life is energy. Find out the ways to manage that energy, to increase that energy, and how to manage that energy. That is what Maharishi has mentioned. So we need to know how the energy operates, not only within me, within the entire universe, right? So that is very important. And Maharishi has written a beautiful poem. It's just a two-line poem, and I will translate it in English. It says that in Tamil, it's like this. எழுச்சி கவர்ச்சி என்ற இரு பிரிவில் அணுசக்தி இயங்குவது பிரபஞ்சம். இருந்து எழுந்த சிவம் சக்தி அறிவும் புலனும் கொண்டு ஆய்ந்து உணர நாம் அதுவே. That is what in Tamil. But let me translate in English in a loose manner so that we just understand the meaning of it, not in a rhythmic fashion like a poetic manner. Energy operates in two ways. One is accelerated mode, the other is attraction mode. So acceleration and attraction as atomic energy. Why he mentioned as atomic energy? We all made up of atoms. Everything is made up of atoms. So the energy in an atomic level also it is like that. So that the entire universe is also it is like that. So the energy not only operate operate in every object, in everything, and the entire universe also it operates in two ways: acceleration and attraction. So energy operates in two ways: acceleration and attraction as atomic energy in the universe. From being to becoming is the energy. Analyze it through your senses and consciousness. This is what he says. So Maharishi has given a beautiful concept of three words, which says is being, becoming, knowing. That is what this poem translates into. Being in the sense the divine state, the primordial state, the absolute space. Once upon a time only absolute space was there. Being. Becoming, that absolute space, because of self-compressive surrounding pressure force, kinematic queering happened, compression, expansion. So God particle came out. Because when the God particle came out, it starts spinning on its own. From the God particle, Akash particle, from Akash particle, all the four Bhutas, and from Pancha Bhutas, the entire universe, and then living beings from first sense to sixth sense. This is how the entire things were, transformed. Not created, transformed. So now, what Maharishi says, that energy which was in a state of static being, it become dynamic, active by becoming into God particle. That God particle is called magnetism. It is an energy. Every God particle is an energy. That God particle, if it is within the laddu, it is called a potential energy. If that laddu, the pundi, God particle comes out of laddu, it is called dynamic energy or kinetic energy or useful energy or manifested energy. So the magnetism is nothing but God particle, right? It came from absolute space, becoming. The third is knowing. Only human being has the capability to know that this magnetism is God particle and this God particle is from the divine state, absolute space. So we all are made up of God particle and we all are the transformation of divine state. So that is called knowing. So basically, magnetic energy operates in two ways. One is acceleration, the other is attraction. Acceleration means you can say that, for example, what is acceleration? In a bus stand, there is a bus coming, bus stopped. Around 50 passengers came out of the bus to the bus stand. Out of 50 people, 20 people moved on the right side where two persons were standing. They went that side and waiting there for another bus. Remaining 30 people moved to left side where some other people are there. So they went to that side and waiting there for another bus. All 50 are waiting there for the next bus. But 20 went to the right side and 30 went to the left side where somebody is there. Why that 20 went to the right side? This 30 went to the left side. If you think, that is how the energy on the right side, where two people are there, they are smokers, chain smokers. Because they were smoking from their body, that smoking smell is carried by their magnetic wave from the body, from the skin, and it went throughout the bus stand. Now, those who came out of the bus, those who are already smokers, their magnetism is able to sense that this guy also used to smoke. Automatically, attraction happened. The first one is acceleration. From the smoker, his magnetic energy got accelerated with the character of smoking, and that magnetism goes everywhere. And attraction, it attracted the relevant smokers to his side. Now, all the 20 to 21 people are smokers. Without they know each other, they are all together. Whereas this side, 30 people, they are not smokers. The other 30 are also not smokers. So this magnetism accelerated that, no, I am not smoking, and attracted those who are not smoking to his side without knowing each other. This is how acceleration, attraction works in a fundamental manner with every living thing or non-living thing or anything. So magnetism operates in two ways: acceleration and attraction. Now, in what way is related to my life? Now, my acceleration, the smoker attracted smokers. For example, I want to become a professor in sky system. That is, I want. Now, if I have to become a sky professor, somehow I need to attract those who are into the sky system, so that I get contact with them, I talk to them, I understand how can I become a sky professor, and then I started learning the classes or going for courses, and then all that happens only if I attract. So here the two things, the acceleration. Suppose if I accelerate in such a way, no sky people in my circle. My acceleration, my magnetism in such a way, like a smoker, non-smoker, my acceleration, my biomagnetism which goes from my body tells to everyone that this fellow doesn't like yoga at all. In fact, he hates yoga. Then whoever even wanting to learn yoga, they will not come close to me because my magnetism repels those guys not to come close to me, attract those only who are in line with my values or my thoughts, right? So that is how. So one is a repulsive force, the other is attractive force. We all know that magnetism has these two properties: repulsive force, attractive force. Repulsive force, I don't know why Maharishi didn't use the word repulsion in that poem, but instead he used the word acceleration, right? So that is how I accelerate my magnetism outside. Now, that acceleration depends on my genetic center. My genetic center has two karmas, two database: Sanchita karma, Prarabdha karma. The quality of imprints in my genetic center, which is Sanchita karma and Prarabdha karma, that quality of imprint is going as a repulsive force or accelerated force outside. According to that imprints, quality of imprints, I attract to my life. So whatever today I have in my life, all are because of my acceleration, my repulsion. What I actually, repulsion is uh, going outward. Acceleration means I can attract positive or I can attract negative also, right? So that is why I think Maharishi has used the word, instead of repulsion, acceleration. Because if my biomagnetism gets accelerated with the imprint that I want to become a sky professor, then I attract sky people in my life. So acceleration is the right word. So acceleration and attraction, that depends on my genetic center or my quality of imprint. So that also we know now. So now how can I receive my energy from morning to night? From everyone, whether I am in auto or whether I am in a queue. For example, normally when we go to airport, 4, 5 queues will be there. We simply calculate to do an assessment which queue moves fast. Then we go there. And majority of the people experience that after analyzing it and choosing it and standing there, that queue will not move fast as he expected. Those who came after him, they get cleared the immigration. We could have experienced it in some way. So now here, if I have to receive the energy from that immigration officer, then I go very smooth and I go fast. If I don't attract it, if I attract opposite to that, then my immigration queue will be standstill and it will take time. That guy will go for sleep and I have to wait there, or I don't know which queue I have to go now. Maybe half an hour stuck there if my biomagnetism doesn't attract the positive things which will bring happiness for me. So every day, if my magnetism has to accelerate in a positive manner, attract in a positive manner, what should I do? That is important important to know. So Maharishi has written a Tamil poem for that. In fact, after choosing the topic only, I was looking for his poems. Is there any poem relevant to my topic? Then I found this poem excellent. I will do a loose translation of that poem for all of us to understand what he is talking about here. He says that, means what should I do to receive energy from everyone so that my life is not only smooth, my life is progressing. Whatever I think, it is possible to happen, right? So I live with prosperity. So Maharishi says like this: when you avoid expectation and disappointment, when you avoid expectation and disappointment, the energy within us gets accelerated in a positive manner without any opposition, without any obstacles. So here he says, if I avoid expectation and disappointment, my energy, the energy within me gets accelerated. That means it goes everywhere in a positive manner, without opposition and without obstacles. And the next line he says, all actions will have greater mental strength and perspicacity. Perspicacity means you can understand everything even in a very, very subtle form, right? If I ask for a camera, the guy says, I don't have a camera. If I have perspicacity, I know that that person has a camera, but he doesn't want to give me the camera. Why? Because I did something wrong 14 years back and he remembers it, so he doesn't want to give me the camera. So that is the subtle level my intellect can work in that range, right? I can understand beyond my senses. ESP, extrasensory perception, right? So all actions, whatever I do, even if I make a tea, or I give a lecture, or I do another job, whatever I do, all my actions will have greater mental strength and perspicacity. And then he says, in all areas of life, whatever area I am in, like health, physical health, or relationship with my wife, or promotion, or abilities, or studies, what finance, whatever, in all areas of life, in future we get freshness, cheerful face. So if I can avoid expectation and disappointment, my energy get accelerated in a positive manner without any opposition, without any obstacles. Then all my actions will have greater mental strength, perspicacity, and in all areas of life and future, we get freshness and cheerful face. And also, he says, we will get more friendship to do more service. We get permanent contentment. We will have whatever we needed for our life. There is no shortage of money, time, or energy, or anything. Everything is fulfilled. Whenever I need, whatever I need, however I need, what quality I need, from where I need, it will be in place. That is a contented life. So we get permanent contentment and prosperous life. This is what the poem is. So to repeat the content of that poem, what Maharishi exactly says: if I have to receive energy from everyone, number one, no expectation. If we can avoid expectation, why expectation we have to avoid it? If I have an expectation, for example, my wife wife gives me a coffee. I took the coffee. Coffee is so super. So I just uh, told to my wife, wow, today coffee is excellent, superb, it's really strong. What did you put? And she tells from the kitchen that I put cement with an angry tone. Now, when she says like that, if I have an expectation, I am appreciating her, I am complimenting, and this lady is shouting back. So I should not appreciate or what? I can think like that, right? But expectation, no expectation means whatever she tells is fine. I am not at all upset. If I have an expectation that when I appreciate her, she has to reciprocate it in a positive manner with a smile or thank you or things like that, then I have an expectation even that appreciation cannot do good to me. So no expectation. In that case, why he says so? If I have an expectation, I have an ego. Ego means me, I, and mine. Possessiveness, aggressiveness comes. The moment I get aggressiveness and possessiveness in my life, then what happens is hatred comes, anger comes. The moment hatred comes, my accelerated magnetism starts repelling. It's a repulsive force, strong force. My biomagnetism gets accelerated with the feeling of hatredness or enmity or anger. Then I repel. I send magnetic wave which will even stop good things coming to my life. So if my magnetism attracts what quality I have, accordingly it will attract. But if I have hatred feeling, I am going to repel even good things to come to me, or I may attract similar haters, similar character people. That is again bad. So expectation is not at all good. Now, next line he says, if I can avoid expectation, and the second is disappointment. Why is I thought when I read this poem, why Maharishi says disappointment here? Because Maharishi himself had said expectation leads to disappointment. If there is no, if there is an expectation, if the reality doesn't match the expectation, there is a disappointment for sure. But in this poem, Maharishi used both expectation and disappointment. Both he mentioned in the poem, expectation and disappointment. I thought, why he put the word disappointment also there? Now, if you think in deep, you will understand it. Expectation, I have to avoid. Perfect, we understand it. Somebody goes from home to office, and he met with an accident. Now, what happened here? He didn't expect anything. He expects whatever good things he wants, he expects it. Right? Accident, nobody expects it, but it happened. It can bring disappointment also, right? Without expectation. So, expectation and disappointment, both he is giving it. I should not have both. So that means what I expected doesn't happen. That also can lead to disappointment. What I did not expect that happens, that also can lead to disappointment. So that is why he used both the words of expectation and disappointment. Okay, so two things he says to avoid: expectation and disappointment. Then, if I can avoid these two, what we will get? My energy gets accelerated without opposition. What is the meaning of that word? Without opposition. That means I want to become a sky professor. For that, I need to spend service in the sky centers. That means every Friday I have to spend 3 4 hours of service. If my wife wanted to up, why only 2 days weekly off and you want to spend time in the center, then what for? Why you married me then? But then what are you going to do with me? How, why can't we go outside on Fridays? My wife can oppose what I want. There is a problem. Then my energy wanted to become a sky professor, whereas my wife opposes it, is a problem here. So here he says, if I don't have an expectation and disappointment, my energy gets accelerated. That energy, there will not be any opposition. So whatever I want in my life, whatever I want to achieve, whatever I think, nobody is going to object. Even in Sky Center, for example, since I am responsible for running the Sky Center, tomorrow I take a decision. No, coming 31st year end, we will have a physical session. Nobody will oppose. Yeah, only if I follow that two conditions, right? Okay, so he put that as without any opposition. And next he put, my energy gets accelerated without obstacles also. Here, obstacles means what? Not only people objecting it, even climate can object it. Or if there is no obstacles, I want to become a sky professor. Now, whatever minimum time frame possible to become a sky professor, I can become a sky professor. There is no obstacle. For example, somebody wants to do MSc in yoga for human excellence, and just before the first year exam, he got sick and he is not able to write the exam. 1 year is gone. There is an obstacle by getting a fever, and that fever caused him not to write the exam. So, finished. 1 year is gone. Similarly, whatever we want to achieve in life, there will not be any obstacles, so that I always progress in a positive manner. So my energy gets accelerated without opposition, without any obstacles. Second point. Third point, he says in the poem, I will get greater mental strength, willpower. What do you mean? What is the greater mental strength? Willpower. If I have to get up at 4 o'clock, I will get up at 4 o'clock. I want to become a sky professor, I will become a sky professor. I want to construct a home with 1 crore rupees, I will construct a home. Whatever I want, if I have greater willpower, mental strength, then it is possible to achieve, because the energy is so powerful. The energy is so powerful, it will bring the resources to me, right? So he says, greater willpower I will get. And then he says perspicacity. Perspicacity is knowing the inside truth of everything, right? So going beyond the senses. So for example, today my wife says, let's go to, it happened many times, we will go there, some place, okay? And intuition will tell, or some idea will come, no, 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 better not to go there today. Maybe rain will come, the whole enjoyment is gone, you will just go and come back without enjoying anything in that particular picnic spot. Possible, it will happen. Now, how I know? I don't know, but intuition told me. So the perspicacity is the power of understanding what is the design of the divine. If I can understand it, intuition will superb, it will guide me, right? Maharishi says, if I avoid expectation, disappointment, that also will develop. Mental strength also will develop. Excellent. And then he says in the poem, in all areas of life, in future, whatever areas I need, with respect to the children, with respect to the job, with respect to my finance, with respect to my retirement planning, with respect to my health, with respect to my education, with respect to my abilities, with respect to my happiness with my wife, everything, in all areas of life, always you will be energetic, freshness, and cheerful face. That means a smiling face. That also you will get it. See the benefits he is listing down in the poem, just like that. And the next one he says, the social network. You will gain more friendship. If there is no expectation, you will gain more friendship to serve. That also gets increased. So then you will get the prosperity, contentment in my life. So here he says, if I have to receive the energy from everyone, from everything, everywhere, every time, I should simply avoid expectation and disappointment. If I can avoid these two, I get all those things, right? My energy, no opposition, no obstacles, greater willpower and perspicacity, and in all areas of life, I get freshness, and I get always, I am at a cheerful face, and then I get a greater social network, or friendship. These 7 benefits will lead us to prosperity in my life. Prosperity means having enough wealth. No, it is not so. Even I have enough wealth now, even if I have 10 crores, it is very difficult to maintain that 10 crore. It is as difficult as earning nowadays, right? Earning is how difficult it is. Same difficulty is required to manage that property or money as well, wealth as well. Otherwise, it will go, right? So, prosperity means whenever I need it, I get it. That's it. My son has to be admitted in a good college, number one college, he will get admission, full stop. So that is called prosperity. In Tamil he says nirai selvam, that we will get it. That is what Maharishi says in this poem. So now the we almost concluded the part 1 of today's lecture. If I have to receive energy from everyone around me, even if somebody goes from home to office, no accident, no hitting, nothing, straight away go there. Wherever you go, everyone is ready to help you. Everyone is ready to give their positive energy to us, not a negative energy to us. If that has to happen in my life, that means I receive energy from everyone. That means I need to just avoid expectation, disappointment, only these two things, right? So now I come to the last part. If I have, if I avoid expectation and disappointment in my life, can I get all the above whatever he said in the poem? Maharishi had said. Somebody asked the poem in Tamil once. I will tell the poem in Tamil now. எதிர்பார்த்தல் ஏமாற்றம் தவிர்த்து விட்ட போது இயற்கையிலே நமக்குள் அமைந்த ஆற்றல் ஆக்க வழியில் எதிர்ப்பு இன்றி தடையின்றி எழுச்சி பெற்று ஓங்கும். எதிர்பார்த்தல் ஏமாற்றம் தவிர்த்து விட்ட போது இயற்கையிலேயே நமக்குள் அமைந்த ஆற்றல் ஆக்க வழியில், இன் எ பாசிட்டிவ் மேனர், ஆக்க வழியில் எதிர்ப்பு இன்றி தடையின்றி எழுச்சி பெற்று ஓங்கும். எச்செயலும், நம்ம எதை செஞ்சாலும் சரி, எச்செயலும் மன வலிவு, அதாவது வில் பவர், மன வலிவு நுட்பத்தோடு ஆகும். அதுக்கு அடுத்தாப்புல எதிர்காலம் வாழ்க்கை துறை அனைத்திலும் புத்துணர்வும் இன்முகமும் தொண்டாற்ற பலர் நட்பும் கூடும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி முடிச்சுட்டு கடைசி லைன்ல எதிர்பார்த்து அறிவு அடைந்த ஏழ்மை நிலை தாண்டி எப்போதும் வளம் நிறைந்த மன நிறைவு உண்டாம் அப்படின்னு மகரிஷி அவர்கள் அந்த தமிழ் பாட்டில் சொல்லியிருப்பாங்க. இப்போ I have a question for you. If I avoid expectation and disappointment, can I get all the no opposition, no obstacles, willpower, and perspicacity, all areas of life, freshness, cheerful face, social network? Finally, with all that, I get prosperous life. 8 benefits he has mentioned. Now, all the 8 I will get everything. All the 8 can I get if I avoid simply expectation and disappointment. Assume that I have been living for the last 20 years without expectation and without disappointment. Can I get all the 8 benefits? Think for a minute. I don't want an answer. Or I will give an example. This is a live example which I experienced it just 2 months before. September first week, actually, October, November. So we are in December. So just 2 months before. Maybe it is, I will share the example. I was in France for 4 days of conference, and I have to take a flight from Basel, Mulhouse. Basel is a airport, domestic airport. From there, I have to take a flight at 6 o'clock evening to reach Paris at 7:15. The flight is 1 hour 15 minutes, 7:15. And this flight, I booked it. Now, after reaching Paris at 7:15, I have a flight to Doha, Qatar Airways at 10:25. So 3.5 hours gap is there. I thought that because there is no connection here, because I booked that ticket separate. Qatar Airways doesn't give the connecting to Basel Airport. So I booked this flight. So if I miss this flight, finished. Qatar Airways will not wait for me, right? But I have kept 3.5 hours, more than enough to come from that flight and take to this flight. So I booked like that. And now 6 o'clock, that flight is supposed to leave at Basel Airport. They said that flight is delayed by 1 hour. So instead of 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock, if it leaves, 8:15 it will go. And 10:25 is the flight. Still, I have 2 hours, 30 minutes. So easily I can catch up my flight. So I was so comfortable. Around 6:45, there is another announcement that the flight is further delayed. And then I was trying to find out how long it is delayed. There was no time given. They say that delayed. That's all. They are not able to tell. Then I checked in the Google. The flight I am going to take, for example, if the flight is, it is a Air France, AF 1245, some flight has to come from Paris. Only that flight will take me to Paris. So what is the status of that flight? 1245, I tried 1244. Then I found the flight which is supposed to take me from Basel to France did not even land up in Basel, got delayed in Paris. So that flight did not delay. Then I found that the expected time. My God. So what I found is the flight will land up at 8 o'clock in Basel. Maybe it will leave at 8:30 or 8:15. 8:15. They announced that 8:15 after some time. Now, so I called Qatar Airways. I told him, sir, my flight is at 10:25 in Paris. I have a flight in Basel at 8:15. 8:15 means it will reach Paris at 9:30. Whereas my flight is 10:25. I have 55 minutes gap. And is it okay or not okay? When I called him, it is 7:15 p.m. I called the Qatar Airways in Paris. And I know that it is impossible because this Basel flight landing in terminal 2E. From 2E, I have to take a bus to terminal 2F. After it takes 8 minutes travel, and the bus comes every 8 minutes. After coming to terminal 2E, I have to take a metro. That will take me from 2E to terminal 1 where Qatar Airways flight is there. That metro also comes once in every 8 minutes, and it takes around 12 minutes to reach there. So if you do rough calculation, minimum 20 minutes to 30 minutes is required. The moment you go there, bus is ready. The moment you go there, metro is there. Then only 8 minutes and 12 minutes travel, right? So 20 minutes to 30, 35 minutes it may take. If my flight reaches at 9:30, by 10 o'clock I will reach terminal 1. But flight is at 10:25. So the Qatar Airways guy told me, sorry, we will close the check-in counter 1 hour before. I told I have online check-in. No, it's not online check-in. It is only online verification. It is not checked in. We have to check your visa to Qatar. You have to check all those things. We need to check it. So counter will close at 10:25. Sorry, 9:25. If you reach here before 9:25, you can come in the flight. Otherwise, forget it. But unofficially, he told me, unofficially, I should not tell this, but as a brother, I am advising you. Yes, sir, tell me. He said, now time is 7:15. If you cancel the flight after 7:25, 3 hours before the flight departure time, you will lose around 4,000 Qatari riyal. Okay, it's a business class ticket. If you cancel now, that is out of 3 hours, before 3 hours, right? 7:25, 3 hours starts. So now it is 7:15. You have 10 minutes to decide. If you decide to cancel now, you will lose only 1,200 riyal. And tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, there is a flight. I can immediately check there is a seat or not. If there is a seat, I will book you there. You lose only 1,200 riyal. Definitely, your flight comes at 9:30. Counter is closed by 9:25. No way you can get boarding pass. So forget it. So I suggest unofficially, you cancel the ticket, at least 1,200 riyal. Only you will lose it. You have to wait in the Paris airport for 10 hours. Tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock is the next flight. I will check it. I told him, I'm sorry. I am taking a risk. I don't want to cancel the flight. It is fine. And what I will lose? 4,400 real I will lose. Of course, it's a company money, but it's my own money as well. Means I can't think like, okay, company money, I can just like that spend it. No, right? So, but I thought, no, it is possible to catch the flight, right? So I told like that, but anyway, I told like that, disconnected the phone. Now my question is, do you think? Of course, for me, I would say that at least for the last 7 years, very less expectation, very less disappointment. I have been following it. Assume. Okay, I'm sure at least 70% I am following up. I have been following up. Whether my energy will not have any opposition to catch QR 56. QR 056 is a flight from Paris to Qatar. QR 56, can I get it? Even though I land in 9:30 and take half an hour to reach that counter, where counter might have been closed half an hour back, right? Whether my energy will not get any opposition, will not get any obstacle. In fact, I have greater willpower and I know what is happening inside. In all areas of life, I get freshness and cheerful face. Can I get that flight QR 56 by 10:25? My question to you. Can you please answer in the chat box? Is yes or no? It is possible or not possible? Yes, sir. You can get it. My God. Okay. Any other answers? No other answer? Okay. So what I will do? Yes. If willpower works well, I don't know. I have been telling willpower works well in the sense I already told I have been following with very less expectation, very less disappointment for the last 7 years. As per Maharishi poem, I am supposed to get all the eight. Will I get or not? That's all. Will I get this particular flight on board? Because for me, why I took that risk, also I will tell you, that was a Thursday. Friday morning, English speech was mine. Anand Raja was on the shutdown duty. Kumaresan sir was on vacation and nobody else was available. So I have to give my English speech. Even if I take a 9 o'clock flight, I can't give English speech because I will be in the aircraft flying. So English speech, I have to cancel the English session. Number one. Even English session, you people are so good, you will accept it cancellation. But evening 4 o'clock at Alcor, there was an introductory session planned, free seminar for children to start the 1 year diploma in yoga for youth empowerment classes in Alcor. That Anand Raja was not there, Krishna Kumar was not there, Kumaresan sir was not there. I don't know. And it is through the club. Cancelling through the club is a problem. It has a negative consequences. So I thought that no, I have to be there. So I decided, okay. So anyway, yes, possible with willpower, everything goes well. Okay. Revati says yes. Because universal energy will make that flight a little late. Very nice. Okay, Prashanthan, yes, you are right. Okay, good. 70% yes. Okay. Unfortunately, the flight was on time. It, it, what is that called? Takeoff. It took off at exactly at 10:25. Okay. 10:25, the flight took off. No delay from Qatar Airways side. In fact, I was thinking for a minute what happened if that flight gets delayed. I will be able to reach that flight having done this decision, right? Then I immediately thought, no. I should not think like that because Maharishi has done it once. Even if that happens, I'm not like Maharishi. By coincidence, if it happens, it's not good for so many people who got delayed, right? But fortunately or unfortunately, the flight took off at 10:25. Rajeshwari, yes, it is possible. So I think all the people, whoever is here around 25 and whoever has made a comment, you all have very high scope on Vedatriyam and also maybe very high expectation on me as well. Personally, I think Ramya Ganesh. So we know the answer. Yeah, Tamil lesson. Yeah, right. Okay. What I will, my time is 10:23. We have to conclude today's session. I will give the answer. Yes, I flew in QR 056 flight. 10:25 flight, I was there. But I landed at 9:30 only in France airport, 2F terminal. But I was inside the aircraft at 10:22 or 10:23 before it took off, right? And how would that happen? What is the reason for it? The reason for it is the second topic. All the things, whatever he says here, it is possible only if we know that life is nothing but what I give, I get back. If I don't give, I will not get back, even if without expectation. Right? The law of nature, the law of cause and effect simply says, if I give it, I will get back. So that means because I have been giving it to the society through Sky Center to something better is possible for me, even though it looks like it is impossible thing for any ordinary person, right? Because not only expectation and disappointment, maybe last 20 years to 2001, so 23 years of some service without expectation, I think it helped me to make that possible. So here comes the answer for the first question, which is most important. The most important is to ensure others receive my energy. Otherwise, I am not going to get energy. Very simple law of cause and effect. You do any magic, absolutely have no issue, but you will not get back unless I gave it, right? So, most important is making sure others receive my energy is most important than receiving the energy, because receiving the energy will happen only if I give the energy, not give the energy, others receive the energy, right? Give the energy is giving a birthday gift to Sari, but she didn't receive that actually, right? So receiving the energy. So the first question, which is more easier, and how I can ensure others receive the energy, these two things we will discuss on the next session, Friday, right? Thank you. So with this, I conclude. Thank you so much. I will give my number in the chat box to Rajeshwari ma'am.